My esteemed friends, hello and welcome to the live stream on this fine evening. Today I want to do something for the first time ever that I've never done before, and that is to stream a SpeedLore episode on my main YouTube channel. Now the way it's going to work is I'll do the episode live here on YouTube. It's going to be a The World Is Not Enough Twine episode. And, I'll locally record and I'll give it the fancy titles and stuff and then post it to the SpeedLore YouTube channel later on. So it'll be very similar in nature to the way I've always done it, but I'm going to stream it instead of streaming it on Twitch, which, Twitch is, a little bit unusual and sus these days. I'm going to stream it here on YouTube, on the wonderful YouTube, into the Google alphabet machine, Now, all that being said, we have a great The World Is Not Enough episode coming up tonight. It's going to be insane. For the first few minutes, I'm going to actually just mess around in Goldeneye as I usually do. I'm putting on the Haunted Facility cheat if you watch my recent video, and I'm going to see what it does on Silo Frigate and Surface 2. Then we'll get into the Twine SpeedLore. And then, look at this beautiful intro cutscene, by the way. And then, we will, if we have time, get into browsing some old Death Star pages, if we have time. And, let's see what chat is saying, my friends. Yeah, huge reaction in chat. Danny Boy, love the channel. Thank you very much. Josh Koff, what's up? Pain in the Pie in the Sky. And Twine friends in control. And yes, indeed. Do people speedrun Goldeneye on Xbox? A few people actually do, believe it or not. There is a small scene there. I wonder what happens if, I'm actually going to let this play through and see if it loads into, Facility. What happens? We're going to watch all the characters, though. And yeah, if you go to speedrun.com and search Goldeneye. Oh, wow. So it is haunted. Oh, man, I wonder if it'll crash here. Okay, so we get the haunted texture even in the prologue of the game, which is very interesting. Okay, that was interesting. I'm going to let it play through a couple more times while I just welcome in chat and see what this is a good way to check out some of the levels. Yeah, I'm using an EverDrive on a real N64, and so we'll see exactly what occurs here. The red eye there is so unusual and interesting. And you know what? I tell you, this Twine episode coming up, it was going to be one thing, and now it's turned into another thing as it happens, as tends to be the case. What's up, Alex Pilgrim and Toad Sniff? It's really funny because Twitch is one thing. I probably haven't streamed on Twitch since last SpeedLore episode, the Midnight Departure one, about a month and a half ago. Pilchy, what's up, Alex? Exactly. And so it's funny seeing the new usernames here on YouTube rather than Twitch. What level are we going to hear? We have Bunker 1. Will it crash? Okay, that's definitely what the Haunted Facility watch looks like. I wonder if it'll crash in the same places that it did when I played around with it. So that's Haunted Bunker. We barely got a good look at it. I'll let one more level, and then I'm going to play. Hello there, Ben's in chat, and Richard. Let's see. The insane rareware screen, my friends. It is of the utmost and most true remarkableness, I would say. And, yeah. Fallen Angels, the level we're going to get into tonight. It's going to be epic. What's up, Black86? Nick Mace, and everybody. Oh yeah, Arnie, absolutely. Yeah, Twitch. You know, Twitch is just. I don't know, what can a man say about Twitch? It's becoming a bit too much of a strange and unusual platform, unfortunately, these days. And so, you know, what can you say? Whoa, what level was that? And it only showed for like a second. That was so weird. This is so unusual. What's up, Victory Trades? Man, I'm kind of at a loss. Like, what in the world? In the haunted... So this is using these codes in that haunted facility thing. And it's weird when it goes into a level, it shows it for like a second. Yeah, I don't even know, Arnie. After this one, I'll play. I'll show you all a little bit of it. How's the in-game audio, by the way? I'm not going to play this for too long. I'm going to get into the SpeedLore. But, you know. It was a very strange Backrooms-esque level. Valentin, Michigan. Here we go. This is Dam. So this will play like this will look like it did in my video. Oh my god, he's throwing the covert modem. I gotta watch one more. This is too interesting. It wasn't. It's like this demo was on Agent because it didn't complete an objective. Okay, sure thing, Tom. I'll put it a little higher. Battle Cactus. I don't remember Battle Cactus. I'm gonna have to like look it up. I like to have it kind of particularly low because just so I can talk over it. See, there's no way I would have remembered this YouTuber named Battle Cactus who has 96 subscribers. But I'll leave his tab open because he has some Perfect Dark videos and stuff. That's another thing that I want to do sometime is like look at these really old YouTube channels that have been abandoned and talk about the sorts of things that we see in these really old videos in Goldeneye, Perfect Dark, other games as well. And see what's up. Okay, let's see what this level is. This is Frigate. Let's see what happens with Frigate. Haunted Frigate. That's all we get? Okay, I'm gonna play a bit now. Okay, so I've only unlocked a few stages. Let's try Haunted Silo. I really should do this as an entire stream one day, or like a whole more playthrough, but I could try it as a full game playthrough. I was wondering if the codes only pointed to like certain levels. That's what I was mostly pondering. But this is very much, you know, Haunted Silo, no doubt about this. This is looking odd. Will it crash? I feel like Surface 2 will crash because Surface 1 crashed. I feel like the way the rooms function... Oh yeah, the weapons float, by the way. Like, watch that. See, his KF7 floats the seal. You couldn't really see it there. Oh, like, that scientist dropped a key card which went to the ceiling, so I have to be very careful with how I, like, leave the rooms here. Oh, it crashed. Not unexpected. Yeah, like old N64 archaeology on YouTube. See, like, you know, because I used to do it where it'd be like mostly speedrunning focused, and obviously I still do talk about speedrunning a fair bit, but doing it... Whoa! This is a vibe, honestly. This static. Oh my god. So leave this locally recording for like 10 seconds to get the footage. That's... was not... It was not... What if I It's so funny when people are like, I hope this code doesn't... No guarantees. This code might break your cartridge. I do not believe that's a thing with N64 cartridges. Maybe on other consoles. But it fried my EverDrive. Like, my EverDrive, I have to take it out now. Okay, we got it. It's like, oh, is it going to break the EverDrive? Like, no. It's not. Okay. So these are the haunted sheets. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, I feel optimistic about Frigate. I feel like Frigate is a small enough level where it may not, like, fry itself. I mean, it's certainly not off topic in this channel's chat at any time Turtle Toy. If anyone collects Goldeneye stuff. Very far from off topic here. Whoa! My friend's the Haunted Frigate. Whoa, that almost looked like another, like, boat area. Let's see, if I open certain rooms... Whoa, the window texture is completely gone and fried. Wow, wide open view. Imagine this code instead, like, someone uploaded as, like, no windows on Frigate. Oh, that hostage escape. That's the hostage escape point that you want on, like, any speedrun of the stage. Oh, Haunted Frigate is extremely unusual. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Alright. Let's go downstairs. Oh my god, the door looks crazy. Oh, if I had Tiny Bond on. But I don't. I could do something more insane. This is already pretty kooky. I will probably do... I mean, I'll see how many... I just wasn't sure if this affected every level in the game. If I know that it does, I'll do a full, like, Haunted Goldeneye stream on sometime. Maybe around Halloween. I had a viewer suggest that. It'd be funny. Let's see what this room's like. This room looks pretty normal. That's kind of often the case. Except the complicated rooms are kind of normal-ish. But yeah, like, too much lag definitely crashes with Haunted Gameshark code on. And, let's see here. This room's pretty normal. I know, I don't have it on this file and Magic. So I would have to, oh my god, the bug almost failed because I almost threw it too high. So I'd have to either, like, unlock it on this cart, which would require playing to Surface 200, or type in 9 lines of text into another file on my EverDrive. I don't really want to do either, but, like, it'll be a fun thing to look at another time, you know? That's what we'll do. I feel like Surface is going to crash. Whoa. If Surface doesn't crash and I can play through it, then I could keep going for a bit. Oh, look at Bond's head. Oh my god. I thought it was going to crash right away. Let's see. If I load the next room, which is like a little bit into the stage. Oh my god, I got a nade pull. It's like playing back in the day when you'd play Surface 200 Agent for a world record and hope to pull a nade. Or Surface... Yeah, it would be insane. Yeah, Eric T, so have you used it on an actual console? Because in Tommy's version it made it pretty insane. The music was insane indeed. Oh yeah, the nade flies like so much further. Oh man, knock on wood, we may be able to complete the stage and advance to Bunker 2. This could be truly remarkable. Oh my goodness. It's insane. Whoa. Welcome to Severnaya, comrade. That's what he says. Oh my god, Tommy. I was like, what the... I was like, Eric T sounds very familiar. I was like, who is this man? What's up, Bob Balutin? Okay, so Corey Schneidman, you did not miss the whole point of the live. And this is sort of something I'm going to do another time. This is sort of just a kind of warming up the stream before doing a SpeedLore. That being said, it is so weird because I'm using an ancient set of Gameshark codes called Haunted Facility. Which, as the story goes, oh! It crashed as I opened the cell. Now, there is a solution. I need to go to Control Cell 1.2, and oh my... If it crashes, you get that. That's what it seems like. Bob Bluton. Insane. Come on. Wow. It does, like, kind of want to harm your console. Yeah, Alan. So, like, one day I'll try to, like, beat as many levels as I can with it, type of thing. Today I'm literally just, like, warming up the stream in advance of SpeedLore. Wiki people, sometimes. Sometimes I do. Not always, but sometimes I live in a cabin. Okay. So if I warp out here, it maybe won't crash. It's okay. It takes a minute to, like, remember how to do this. There we go, we're out. Whoa. Okay, we just need to get to the end of the stage. Oh, it crashed. It's like moving... Some rooms don't want to load. And if I start here now, we should get the crash... yeah, we get the crash view again. You have to turn it all right off and on. I know, that's awesome, Wiki. I'm glad that it has that vibe. Yeah, thanks, Philip. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Wow, Bob Bluton. Wow, that's quite something. That you have to, your real legal name was one of those infamous joke names. Harry something or the other, and unbelievable. So I'm gonna have to assume that Bunker 2 might not be passable with this on, unfortunately. Yeah, Alex Mirando, it is pretty remarkable, no doubt about that. Come on. No. As if they found this warp and hoarded it. I can't believe that. Honestly, one of the most insane moments in Elite history. Okay. I have a feeling that as soon as that door opens, the game will crash. Because it'll want to load that set of rooms. And, like, I can't load it. My god. Some of the levels will actually be really hard to complete because the objective that I need to pick up is going to fly away. Whoa. What is going on here? No one is coming. There they are. Okay, it didn't crash. Where will it crash? There. Oh, man. That was anticlimactic. Awesome. Wu-Tang. Hello, indeed. Look at this insane situation. I'm gonna leave this screen up, helping to light me up during the SpeedLore stream. Okay, let's see. Is that right? My friends. And that, okay, we'll get that in. And we gotta bring in this for the ending. Oh, sorry. Give me 20 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. There, this for the ending of the episode. Right there. Perfect. All right. Let's get into the SpeedLore live stream, my friends. Well, hello to Ryan all the way in Taiwan. Welcome to the live stream, my friend. It is a pleasure to see you here. And yeah, let's take a look. Whew. Test indeed. Ralph, that was quick. That was very quick. You changed the your name very quickly. Pretty epic. All right, so let's see. So we've been live for about 20 minutes, and we are recording. Perfect. All right. How do I do this again? Just kidding. And feel free to ask anything in chat. You know, I'll try to get to it as I do between runs. And so I've never done a SpeedLore on YouTube, so it's going to be interesting to see how it all goes. Okay, so here we go. Awesome. My friends, hello and welcome to The World Is Not Enough SpeedLore, the series where we take a look at the history of The World Is Not Enough speedrunning, a video game on the Nintendo 64, through the lens of the players who speedran the game and the records they set. Now, today is the first time ever that I'm going to do a SpeedLore live on YouTube, on my main YouTube channel. And you might know that, you know, I do indeed have the SpeedLore channel where I post the sort of completed, refined episodes with titles and all that. And I will be posting this there, but I figured that I would live stream it here on my main YouTube channel as part of, you know, my ongoing efforts to live stream more here and enjoy and hang out with chat. So that's what we are going to do. Now, the first run of the night, which we've been doing for these Twine SpeedLore episodes, is going to be watching our good pal Grazlu play through the level. The level that we're featuring tonight is called Fallen Angel, and we can see it is the 12th of 14 levels in the game. In Fallen Angel, well, if I press play here, we see the objectives. On 00 Agent. Open security door with scanned fingerprint from Bullion. Rescue M at all costs. Stop Electra from warning Renard. And D, do not eliminate your allies. It's really, really funny and interesting because it's like Objective D, do not eliminate your allies, is kind of like made to be troll for the sake of like, it's just an objective to fail. You don't know who your allies are until you've kind of played a few times in the stage. It's like, well, who are they? And, you know, we're going to see some of the allies right off the bat. So, yeah, Grazlu playing through Twine, 00 Agent, pretty cool run. And let's just give it a watch and learn a bit about the level. What happens story-wise is M has been, like, abducted by Electra, and so you need to hopefully rescue her from Electra and Renard, and they're going to crash a submarine and all that kind of stuff. So let's take a look. Okay, and yes, hello indeed to everybody in the chat. It is truly remarkable And yeah, let's see what's up. So we load into the Twine stage.
I could have given you the world.
The world is not enough.
What a classic line.
I'm looking for a submarine. It's big, black, and the driver is a very good friend of mine. Bring it to me.
What is going to happen in the cutscene here? It's too remarkable. Electra has shot Valentin. Unbelievable. So here's the run. Let's see what happens, baby. Yes, he said the line.
Avenge the death of Nikolai.
Oh my goodness. You go up here.
We tried to follow Electra, but she ran through a security door with a fingerprint-activated lock. We have to find a way to open it.
That's some good environmental storytelling. And a huge thanks to the Book of Dark in chat for their super chat. So we see Grassley come up here. He talks to his ally. Don't eliminate the ally. And you're going to go in here and collect the scanner fingerprinter from there. That's what he just picked up on the box there. And their ID scanner empty. Okay. And a huge thanks to Alex Anderson in chat to Winnipeg. Thank you, Alex. A pleasure to see you in here. Hope you're doing well. So we see, you go up into this top area. There's a bunch of guards. You pick up the fingerprint scanner. And now you have to go down here. And you have to find and eliminate Bullion and scan his fingerprint. And that grants you access to the next part of the stage. And there's Bullion right there. We see Grassley zooming in, sniping him down, and Bullion passes away. Now what's interesting is that you can't actually scan Bullion's fingerprint until like a couple seconds after he's passed away. And that's going to come up in the speedrun strategies later on. Now the thing is, as someone asked in chat, is this a speedrun? No, it is not really a speedrun. Grassley is just playing through the stage. It's his high-quality 4K playthrough of Twine. So it's not really a speedrun, but it's a great example to introduce you all to the level and how people do play the level, how an experienced player might play it for, when they're beating the game. So here we go. So here's Bullion, and now you actually are going to, that guard comes and trolls you, which is very unusual. Now here's the fingerprint scan. There you go. He scanned Bullion's fingerprint. Now we're going to go see where you use it. And indeed, Ralph in chat asks if Twine is the game where you sneak into Davidov's car. You do. That's the level Night Watch, which you then sneak in the car and get to Midnight Departure. That was the last SpeedLore episode. If you go to the SpeedLore channel on YouTube, that is where you will find that episode. So you come up here. Now check this out. This is what's interesting. Fingerprint scanner in there. Great. Now there are two cameras in this room. If you don't shoot the cameras, you get trapped in this middle area. And toxic gas starts coming down to damage you. The only way to then escape is to pause for the grappling hook and grapple up here, which takes a bit of time. So you want to shoot at the two cameras and run up the stairs here. Okay? There's a few more guards you're going to encounter. Oh, they do. Alex Mirando asks if the developers of the game ever get taken aback when they watch videos on YouTube. I've heard of cases where they do, and they can't believe. They kind of get a little bit, I want to say, bothered by, very generally stated,
Put your weapons down now.
By how quickly people are able to beat the game and the glitches that they didn't find to patch. But anyways, Electra sends out this goon Gabor here to really finish you off, and they take your weapons, and she takes M to a different room. So you're supposed to get in like a punching battle with Gabor. Gabor, one of her henchmen, one of her goons. So Grassley does dispatch him by beating him up and getting his Walther PPK. You run up here. There was a huge leg spike there. Watch that leg spike again. You can really see it. I'll say when. Right there. Huge leg spike. Because it's like loading this room. So Grassloo dispatches those two guys, comes in here, and now it's like this dramatic reveal.
Put the gun away. You wouldn't kill me. You'd miss me.
I believe the line in the movie, I mean, it's a 25-year-old movie, is like, Bond says, "I don't miss," which is kind of funny. And then what do you do here? Well, you have to silence Elektra, and it comes to this confrontation. You have kind of fallen in love with Elektra, and now, well, what do? You have to dispatch her, silence her to save M. And then the level fades out. Okay, wonderful. So there's the ending cutscene, Fallen Angel. You beat it, and Grassloo here has completed it in the lovely time of 3:30. Okay, 3:30. That's a solid time. Nicely done, Grassloo. And, yeah, pretty remarkable. And a solid run that he's performed here. How fast will the speedrunners that we get into in a little bit be able to beat this level? That is what we're going to find out over the next, course of the evening here. Now, the book in chat, a nice super chat, $5 Australian, roughly equal to the Canadian dollar here, asks, have you ever heard of the YouTubers known as The Beast or Snooplax? Yes, I do come across their stuff frequently, especially when I'm researching for my own videos, especially if it's a more obscure game, a non-Goldeneye game, because those ones I kind of know, more about than them, but certainly many other games they know a lot more about than me. And so I'm always kind of digging deep on YouTube, looking at other people's channels and videos for information. So there you go. Interesting. Well, James Eagle, if you silence M, the mission fails. You fail, and that's it. You fail the mission. So that's life. It's actually kind of funny to imagine the Beast when he gets to Twine. I don't think he's gotten to Twine yet. So that'll be a funny situation. Okay. So let's look at the earliest history we know of Twine. Here's this page I go back to during these speedlores from March 2002. And on Fallen Angel, we have records of 108, 119, 126 by a fella by the name Pernicious P. My friends, who is Pernicious P? That is an investigation for another time, an old, Goldeneye speedrunner in Eliter. But those are the times that were the records in March 2002. 108, 119, 126. A few years later, we see, by 2007, we see Boss has now gotten 104, 113, and 115. So, he's improved these by a fair bit. 4 seconds on Agent, 6 seconds on Secret Agent, and 11 seconds on 00. And we're going to watch that 00 run. So this is, unfortunately, we don't have the deepest depths of historical videos in this game. But we do have some pretty old ones, and so we're going to watch Boss's 115 00 Agent. So we just saw Grassloo beat the stage in 3:30. What does it look like to see if someone beats it in 1:15? That's what we're going to find out. And this run, my friends, is a very remarkable speed run. So remarkable, in fact, that we're going to dedicate it to a SpeedLore champion. And this one's going to go to our friend, our newest SpeedLore champion, Roadblock. A huge thanks to you, Roadblock, for supporting SpeedLore over on Patreon. Much appreciated. Let's take a look at Boss's Fallen Angel 115 from around 2005 and see what he does differently, especially compared to that Grassloo run. So right there, no fuss, no muss. He's lasering guards down to, he's lasering his ally to get a weapon, jumps out here, snipes these explosives to pass away bullion, strafes over, he scans Bullion's fingerprint from well above the area and comes back in here. You know, we saw Grassloo go down a whole set of extra levels to get the fingerprint scan. As it turns out, you can just scan it from up here. And that's pretty amazing. That certainly saves a good deal of time. Shoots out those two cameras, strafes up here, bingo, bango, bongo, shoots these guys to avoid losing too much health himself, shoots the lock on M's jail cell, and here we go. You don't have to fight Gabar. It's not an objective. You can just leave. And Boss strafes up here, shoots out these guys. He enters this room, gets the cutscene, and it's a lot faster. He did a lot faster than Grassloo did. No doubt about that. And there's Bond jumping off, and 115 double OH in a very nice run. A very nice run. And world record at the time, you know, surpassing what Pernicious P and others did. Tom in chat asks, does look down help in Twine? Great question. It seems like the answer is no. People still instinctively do it because they're used to it from Goldeneye, but it seems like the answer is no. And you know, just replay this once on mute again and just point out a couple things. For one, the run is in glorious 240p, which is a pretty remarkable bitrate. Yeah, that's your ally. You can't shoot him, but you can certainly stun him and take his weapon. He's stunning all these guys. Now, enemies, when you stun them, they'll drop their weapon, which you can pick up, but they'll then pull out like a PPK, so it doesn't like make them safe. And it takes a little bit of focus and shots to take out Bullion, but you can scan his fingerprint from above, and like you cannot scan it the second he's shot. He has to kind of fall over into a certain flat position to be scanned, which is that's why it kind of looks like, oh, couldn't you like kind of be quicker there? But the answer is no. And Boss didn't pause at all. In modern runs, we see one pause for the fingerprint scanner, as is considered, you know, legitimate. It's not considered pause abuse, which, as we've gotten into in previous videos, is something that exists in Twine. It can affect the timer of the level. So here we go. That's exactly it, good Mackie. 240p for the truest authenticity, no doubt about that. So a great run here by Boss. And yeah, Ralph brings up a good point. Imagine if Rare made this instead of Eurocom. It would be pretty epic if they did, but they did not, my friends. They did not. So there's Boss's 115. Great and historic record. Now, when Weister played this in the year 2013, he got a bunch of records. He improved the record quite a bit on Fallen Angel. Weister took that 115 from Boss and dropped it to 108. Quite an improvement. And we're going to watch and like, I don't know, can we find exactly where his improvements are? This is something that a keen eye is going to look for as we watch this next run. A huge thanks in chat to Classic For Real. A $2 super chat says PS1 Twine Electra versus N64 Goldeneye on a top in a fist fight. That would be quite a cool thing. And, you know, I know a lot of people don't like, you know, generative artificial intelligence, but I'm sure you could do it. You could make such a fist fight between Electra and Xenia on a top using something like generative artificial intelligence, which, you know, as people get upset about how much water it uses, understandable. I believe making canvas bags uses more. Anyways, let's not get too into that now. Maybe, you know, I'm just trying to preach to Roko's Basilisk. Okay, anyways. Henrik's Fallen Angel, Double O Agent, 108. A remarkable speedrun, no doubt. Not a single person can doubt this. And so this one goes out to a SpeedLore champion. And this one, in fact, will go to our SpeedLore champion, David Oak. A huge thanks to you, David O, for your support of SpeedLore on Patreon. Let's see how Henrik was able to save 7 seconds on Fallen Angel Double O Agent. So it's looking very similar right now. Jumps out. So instead of shooting the barrel, he goes right for Bullion. Gets the fingerprint. Comes around. Up here. You might have saved maybe 2 seconds there for going, you know, I'd have to do an exact comparison video, but like 2 to 3 seconds. Now, Boss did use like a A-B trick to get that, whereas Henrik paused for the item. And this was sort of contemporaneous with the pause abuse on Cold Reception being kind of discovered and discussed. And so it's generally considered okay to pause once for an item on a Twine stage. That's sort of the general rule of thumb. It's like you can pause to take an item, but don't pause 100 frame by frames to save time and affect the timer. And yeah, I do like how they just gave you sort of like a area to hide at the end of the stage. That's pretty funny and cute. But they did. And so there's Henrik's 108, and that, my friends, is indeed the current world record on this stage, Henrik's 108. Classic Frill asks me who I think would win in the fist fight between Xenia and Electra. I think it's got to be Xenia. She seems a bit more tough, I would say. So, anyways, let's just take another look at this run once more and point this out. So, yeah, stun this guard. You got to run in here, and this is the difference on Agent. You don't need to do that. And so when we get to the Agent records, you'll notice a difference there. But Henrik just coming here, and so Boss shot the barrels and then fired at Bullion, whereas Henrik just fires at Bullion. And so really between that and pausing to take out the fingerprint scanner to activate the door, it's locked otherwise. You know, between those two things, that's probably where most of the time save came from. You know, if I go back and watch Boss's run, you know, we could see how he kind of takes a bit more time there. And you wonder about shooting with the cameras. You know, Henrik did it quite quickly. And oh yeah, Boss definitely was more careful in that section. So these sort of optimizations over time that Henrik just played the level, he kind of YOLO'd it more. It's become official terminology. I wonder when YOLOing and YOLO'd are going to become playable in Scrabble, if they're not already. If there are any Scrabble aficionados who know the dictionary well, both the Collins and the North American, I would appreciate if is YOLO'd a playable word in Scrabble yet in YOLOing. Could someone bingo with YOLOing? Anyways, there's Henrik's 108. Great stuff. Now, there are not that many historical runs, even though, you know, I can yap about these runs forever and ever. So there are not too many historical runs on this stage, and that's part of why I enjoy doing Twine SpeedLore, because I really want to share these runs and promote more activity in the game. And there's stuff to do with that point pretty soon. If I click here on the speedrun.com page and click Double Agent, we can see that there is a little bit more activity, and we can see Boss and Weister's records, but Speedrun Trainer got a 114 today. And on each difficulty, we're going to see 1 or 2 new players having played the game, or at least playing it recently. So let's watch Speedrun Trainer's 114. So shoutouts to Speedrun Trainer. Let's see what he's done here. So it looks like he's using a tighter screen. Could just be the aspect ratio of his capture, but he comes up and scans the thing. He might be playing wide, like widescreen, or not widescreen, but like high color mode. I'd have to ask Speedrun Trainer about it. There's the fingerprint scanner. It actually says fingerprint scanned, which is pretty remarkable. And here we go. Nice movement through these difficult doors. Strafing up here. Nice shots. He's gonna pause. There, nice. He aimed the fingerprint. That was pretty good. Some shots here, you know, a little bit slower than Henrik, and that's certainly where some of the time difference came from. And bingo bango. He just really strafed through that. Nice shots. Good stuff. Oh my goodness. A bit of a mishap there, but it's going to be a difficult level to survive, an underappreciated one. He only takes out the one guard, strafes right in, and there's this Electra has been silenced, and bingo bango. So now he's going to take some refuge, and we get a time of 1:14 for Speedrun Trainer. Very, very nicely done. Great stuff, Speedrun Trainer. Another super chat from Classic For Real, who says, fun fact, on the set of The World's End, Pierce Brosnan apologized to Rosamund Pike over Die Another Day. Oh, so Pierce apologized, saying that Die Another Day was really bad. Interesting. That's interesting. I didn't know. I'm not really familiar with this. The World's End. Is that a show? Thank you for the super chat, Classic For Real. Much appreciated. Very kind of you. And yeah, there you go. Okay, here's some cool new news for you, my friends. So in the past, we've been using speedrun.com to rank the Twine speedruns, right? So here they are. This is what we're going to watch tonight. Another 108 and 59. Okay, great. However, we did something cool. My friends, we acquired a new domain called twine007.com. And we now have a more elite style ranking system of the Twine records. This is very new within the last few days. We made a new website, more specific to Twine to rank the records. And we can see that, Weister still dominates. There's a few Bo Peeps here and there, but pretty epic stuff. And the book with a super chat, I've always heard if you get a Canadian mixed up with an American, they get offended. I don't care too. It is actually quite an intense social sort of conversation to be had. A lot of Canadians, are actually quite anti-American. You hate to say it and you hate to see it, but it is true. They kind of pride themselves on being, better than. And I don't mind. I support and love all of our American brethren. So God bless America. There you go. Okay. Anyways. So Fallen Angel, look at this. We got a new website. Pretty sick. And yeah, if feel free to join the rankings. I'm not 100% sure all the functionality is there yet to join. I know you can link an account if you're already ranked. I forget if you can straight up join yet. Try it if you want to. And if you can't join yet, then we'll figure it out soon, But it's a work in progress, and I'm really happy to see this new website. It's going to be a lot of fun to rank these things and kind of have a more breadth of, just have our own website, more familiar with the Goldeneye style of website. So a couple more super chats here. Andreas says, unrelated to Twine, I made a video with a theory about the room in Goldeneye 64 with metal sheets. Want to know your thoughts? Thank you, Andreas. Okay, cool. I just opened your channel. I see the tabs there. Yeah, I mean, many people speculated on this. And I can agree. I didn't know it because I'm not a big developer guy, but I can understand. And a huge thanks to Mashed Taters, another $5 super chat. So huge thanks to you guys for all of that. Let's see if let's just paste the video. Yeah, whatever. Let's just paste it here. So this is the video that a viewer just sent in. And so basically that room, the weird metal walls on Citadel might actually be these sorts of trees or bushes. And from a developer, a lot of people made that comment. So that's pretty cool. So thank you for sharing that, Andreas. We will check it out soon. But yeah, so first let's get back to the Twine World Records. Here's Bosses 113. So this is the first, again, this is the first documented record really with a video. We see Pernicious P claims a 119 in 02. And then we see Boss with a 113 in like 05, 07. So let's watch that Boss 113 here. Yeah, mashed taters. It was a good theory I had there. So here's the thing. This level plays exactly the same as Double Agent. Let's see Boss be a bit quicker. I wonder, my guess is that he's not going to shoot the barrels. He's going to shoot Bullion directly. And actually, in fact, this run, a historic world record on the stage, is so remarkable, we're going to dedicate to a SpeedLore champion. And this one's going to go to our pal Noah. A huge thanks to Noah for supporting SpeedLore on Patreon. Let's take a look at Boss's Fallen Angel Secret Agent 113. Wow, he even, you know, punch. If you just hold Z with the scanner out, you punch. So he actually punched his ally there, which fortunately wasn't enough to pass him away. Auto aim is on. He gets, yeah, so that was it. He went for the Bullion instead of the barrels there. Here we go. Very nice strafing, very nice movement here. Nice shots. Opens the door. A little bit of time to aim at the cameras. I think that's going to be the big difference between him and Weister's 108, which is coming up. Kind of a more full speed thing there. Not quite a full speed lock. You could strafe the lock. Skip Gabor. Gabor trolls you so much on Night Watch. It's unbelievable. Strafes up. The bingo bango. He's in there. Shoots Electra. And that's it. There's the stage, baby. Fallen Angel Secret Agent. Pretty good one. We're going to see a time of 1:13 here. Pretty remarkable. There we go. Nice. Now let's just check it out once more. And really, I'm going to try to do a kind of a count of how long he takes at the cameras. And actually, I didn't even notice on that first playthrough if he paused for the scanner or took it out. So I'm gonna check that out as well. Let's see here. He's gonna strafe back in. His movement here was quite nice. He actually, okay, I was wondering if he jumped up the hill there, but didn't. So maybe he could have cut a corner with some jumping movement. It's up here. There we go. No pause. So you lost a second there, right? You can totally see he lost a second there. There we go. Runs up. So classic for real. Asked with a $2 super chat, what if at the end of the stage the player stays silent, Electra shoots at M? That's what happens. And Dylan, my friends, I boosted the Twine SpeedLore.com leaderboard. Thank you, Dylan, for doing that. That'll get some more exposure. I'll have to make a post about the new site as well, so thank you for that. And yeah, thanks guys for the super chats. Much appreciated. So here we go. I want to see, what was I want to see? Oh, the cameras. How many, like, you know, Mississippis right here. So he pauses for this, loses a second there. And it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. He's moving kind of at 4. So that's cool. We're going to keep that in mind as we watch Henrik's run 5 seconds faster and see how much faster, you know, how much time he may be saved over Boss in this situation. And now this is the current world record. And, oh, wow, this one's going to go to our longtime pal and SpeedLore champion, frequent emailer of video ideas, Sul Iraq. A huge thanks to Sul Iraq for your support of SpeedLore on Patreon. Let's watch this Henrik, Fallen Angel Secret Agent 108, baby. So this is standard practice. You got to go up here and grab that box. Must be done. And that's because that has the fingerprint scanner. You cannot go and scan Bullion's fingerprint without it. So Henrik jumps down, really shoots Bullion quick. You know, much quicker than Boss, frankly. But we're comparing like something from 07 to 2013. And see, Henrik jumps up that corner of the stair there. Strafes in. Up the stairs. He's going to pause once. You know, maybe boss didn't know you could pause. It was still a controversial thing. 1, 2, 3. So really, Henrik saved like a good 1.5 to 2 seconds on the cameras. That's just Henrik honing his skill and his ability and aptitude. Skipping Gabor. Really now I can see, after we've seen more runs, and that happens for the night, you can see how much faster these are. It's very impressively done. Strafes right in, bingo bango, and Electra has been silenced. What a run. Colin with a super chat. Love you, Goose. Twine is a gem. Thank you, Colin, for that super chat. Very, very nice. And yeah, there's Henrik's 108 on Fallen Angel. Pretty remarkable run. Well done. And yeah, let's just take another look to ponder the quick speed of this remarkable speed run. In fact, there we go. What a beauty. Strafing down. And there's a guard to your right, but you just ignore him. I wonder if he turned auto aim off. Because on Double O Agent, you get used... And look at this, right? It's like, could you press Z more quickly there? And the answer is I'm not actually sure because of the way Bullion passes away and the timing at which his fingerprint gets, retrieved. So anyways, here we go. 1, 2, 3. That was much quicker than boss and carries on. And it's a good run. Could 107 be possible? If it's possible on Secret, could also be possible on Double O. We'll find out. And let's see. Let's see how things go here. Strafing up and jumping up the hill here, the stairs. Bingo bango, and we are going to silence the one and only Electra. And Henrik, for fun, comes back here and strafes down the stairs. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? So there is the beautiful 108. Good stuff. Oh yeah, Decarnix, a huge welcome to you and everyone else in chat here. Okay, wonderful. So, what else are we going to want? Oh, you know what is funny? Check this out. Henrik, very recently, there's been a burst in activity. Henrik very recently duplicated this time. Let's watch Henrik getting another 108 just the other day with more modern perspective. Let's see what we got here. So he has auto aim on still. That looked a bit slower than his original 108. Again, did he take a moment to line up his aim there? Or did he not? You know, that's something that I don't know. So let's see here. He's going to pause. Bingo bango. Press Z. Beautiful. Shooting with the cameras and carrying on. And that was actually a really quick camera shots in my opinion. There we go. Pretty much full strafe lock. Little bit of broken the strafe, but skipping Gabor. Very impressive camera shots, which is cool. Could you spam Z as you're walking to scan the fingerprint? You know what? I'm not actually sure, Turtle, if that's something that has a bit of a cooldown on it. I know the game is fussy. A way that I'll describe the game being fussy is that, like, if you reload and hold Z, you don't start firing automatically, which is a bit annoying in Troll. It kind of locks you out if you kind of hold Z too much. So in that case, spamming the Z button usually doesn't work, unfortunately. But hey, there's 108, more 108s on Secret Agent. And, yeah, that's Secret Agent. Okay, we're going to Agent here in a second. And, check it out. Oh, here's the old ranks on Spear.com. We're going to watch some 59 stuff. And if we look at the new rankings, we got some 105s. Okay? Unfortunately here, Boss does not have a video for the Fallen Angel Agent. One may have existed at some point. And what record did he have, right? In 02, Pernicious P had 108 Agent, which is kind of funny because we just saw a bunch of 108s on Secret Double Agent. Boss got down to 104. Henrik also got 104. We now see the record on Agent is, you know, all the way down to 59. Yeah, good Mackie, it's probably true that, well, somewhat true. That, you know, the game has to be good enough. He said Goose is the only reason anyone is speedrunning the game. It's somewhat true in that, you know, I've brought a lot of light to it, which is interesting. But the game itself had to be relatively interesting, and there had to be willing participants. And so I'm glad that we have seen that for the fun of it, you know? Just for the fun of it. So in this case, I'm actually going to watch some of these other slower runs first. Let's watch Red Screen's Fallen Angel 110 first. And then we'll watch Big Tommy and Speedrun Trainers 105s. And then we'll watch the 59 of Henrik. Oh, we're good, Captain Blue. We're good. We're good. Nice fingerprint scan. Wonderful. Strafing up, baby. You know, I'm very, you know, I'm keen to showcase these guys' runs, you know, Red Screen and Tommy and Speedrun Trainer, because they've been a big part of the sort of Twine renaissance here. So there's some taking time to line up the shots. You wonder if you could just strafe through there, right? That's the big thing. Could you strafe through and, you know, at full speed shoot the camera? Oh, there's a bit of struggle there, but that's okay. And not have to take out the cameras and make it without before the doors close, before the glass encloses you in there. That's the big question. And maybe one day a strategy will be found, you know? Yeah, Turtle, that'd be cool as heck if you played some Twine. Decarnic says, I still recognize all the sound effects, and like, so do I. Absolutely. Okay, so there's Red Screen's 110. You could see some mishaps here and there. So let's watch a slightly faster run of Big Tommy Man. Big Tommy Man is also an underground rapper based out of Virginia, just so you know. So Tommy runs out here. You don't have to go up. This is Agent. You don't have to go up and, wow. And grab the fingerprint scanner. But that was an interesting kind of lining up the shots with the Walther PPK. Jumping up. Strafing through. Strafing around, baby. Gets the Soviet. Takes out this guy. Pauses. Pauses for the thingamajig. And, here we go. Camera. And you wonder, like, what happens if you, like, I try to myself just strafing right through, get stuck in that area. These walls come down on you. They trap you with toxic gas. And, can it be skipped? Maybe. Maybe one day. The door's only open a crack there. Pretty creaky door. Thanks, Bluebot in chat. Nice, interest. I guess he was out of ammo, so he had to, like, go for a guard's ammo there, which is kind of funny to silence Electra. And I also wonder if you could silence her with a stunner, maybe. A guard comes and shoots you. Pretty insane. There we go, 105. Fallen Angel 105. Let's check out Speedrun Trainers 105. So another 105 here. Did he grab the... Okay, you get it. Oh, he switches the silenced. Interesting. He presses BZ to get the silenced. Shoots it there. Nice. Oh yeah, Classic for Real mentions Big Tommy's old... I referenced this in the earlier tonight in the Haunted Facility and in a previous video posted to my channel. And you know what? Interesting, Classic Friel, thanks again for the super chat. Speedrun Trainer also has some very old Goldeneye and speedrunning videos on his YouTube channel. And so it's amazing to see that these guys are still active and still participating in this 20 years later, you know, as am I. But just seeing that, like, old video on a channel is pretty remarkable. I think my oldest one on this channel is from 2007. It's like a Silo Secret Agent speedrun. Yes, indeed. Good day, Lord Narwhal in chat. And everyone in chat, of course. Yeah, that's exactly it. Huge reaction in chat. And hey, I don't want to get too intense, but who knows what'll happen before the end of the night. We could get another record or something, you know? So who knows, my friends? Who knows? And there we see Speedrun Trainer with a 105, which is pretty amazing. Pretty good stuff, Speedrun Trainer. And congratulations. So now the only agent run left is Henrik's, which we'll show in a moment here. I see a wonderful super chat from Adrian. A huge super chat. Go Goose, you've provided us all years of anxiety relief and comfort. Time to pay the piper. Thank you for existing. Hope you know how much we'll appreciate you. Wow. That is truly, truly remarkable. A huge thanks on that magnificent super chat. What an insane one. I'll give that one a huge heart. And yeah, thanks. I appreciate it immensely. I'm glad you're enjoying this, just everything. And that is really what I am hoping to do more than ever now. I'm really kind of getting to a point where I'm taking it even more seriously than ever before. You know, upping my production volume and just keeping things calm and cozy, you know, that everyone can kind of take a break, you know, and come together and just ponder the wonderful ways of N64 nostalgia and these sorts of things. So there you go. Thank you, Adrian. Much appreciated. And yeah, let's get to the next run here, which is going to be Weister's 59. So we just watched a bunch of 105s, Big Tommy, and Speedrun Trainer. What does a 59 look like? And, you know, this 59, another remarkable run, it's going out to another SpeedLore champion. And this one's going to go out to the one and only FC Bojangles. A huge thanks to you, FC Bojangles, for your support of SpeedLore on Patreon. Let's take a look at Henrik's record from 11 plus 12 years ago, 2013, 59. I mean, how fast is he going to shoot Bully in? Like, wow, almost instant headshot. Really quick scanner, aim the scanner. So this is the difference. And you can really see there's sort of 3 or 4, I would say 4 critical points is what I would call them on the stage. The bullion shot, the camera shots, the lock shot on M, and the fingerprint pickup. Those are the 4 really... And I like how the Q's text is still going here. But, like, those are the 4, like, most critical points on the stage, and we can see Henrik is just blasting through them. It's really unbelievable. We gotta give this one a second watch because it's quite something. Unbelievable. Remarkable run, baby. 59 seconds by Henrik. And let's check it out once more. And this is really the entire course of Fallen Angel history, as has been shown on the rankings, which are now across speedrun.com and twine007.com. We've watched every significant run in the history of the stage. Or have we? You know? Okay. So, a good question in chat. Alex Mirando asks, are there boosts in Twine? And the answer is like, yes, there are. There are certainly boosts in Twine, but they're kind of less climactic or exacting as in Goldeneye. And so you do get some boosts and some pushes forward, but they're not necessarily that critical, especially on a stage like this. On Turncoat, which is more of a strafing stage, they're a bit more important. But on a stage like this, kind of the movement and those sorts of 4 critical points are what are more important, I would say. So there's Henrik's 59, which is cool. Okay, so there you go. Amazing stuff, amazing runs. And, but what happens next? Okay, so Ralph asks in chat, what is the SpeedLore channel? If I type @SpeedLore, what happens? It is youtube.com/@SpeedLore, by the way. And I will be uploading this with titles and whatnot there in the next couple days. That's kind of the SpeedLore, almost the SpeedLore archive, I guess, at this point. But yeah, so check that out, follow that. And I do have another question to ponder in a moment. But our pal Lord Narwhal in chat with a $20 super chat. I have such fond memories of being in summer classes in college and watching your live streams in the middle of the night 13 years ago. Thank you, Lord Narwhal. I appreciate that. I really do. And you know, you're right. You said 13. I was like, oh my God, is it 13? And it is, which is amazing. 2012, like fall 2012 is when I first started streaming. Right around this time of year, probably late September, early October 2012. It was a weird summer for me. I was in my early 20s, and I was watching Siglemic and the one known as Wright, the one with the surname Wright, who has altered given names many times, including now being known as Nova. But these streams were truly remarkable and got me interested in streaming. And the whole Speedrun Lives era, I need to do a video on the whole Speedrun Live era about like why it felt kind of different and more nostalgic and just meaningful. I don't know. It was really, really insane. It was really remarkable. It felt like it mattered a lot, I guess. And it's interesting now because we reach so many more people. More people know about speedrunning and stuff. But yeah, just like it's a very interesting thing to ponder. Okay. So thanks, guys. Thanks, Narwhal. And thanks again for that other insane super chat by Adrian. Truly remarkable. And thanks to everyone else for super chatting all this stuff throughout the stream. Okay, so now we're in a little bit of an interesting moment here because moments before stream, I was alerted of a situation in which a fella by the name of Bo Peep had kind of left. Showed up and left. That's the mysterious Bo Peep, is it not? The Bo Peep we all know and love. You know, Bo Peep. If we look at Turncoat, you know, Bo Peep was active and got Turncoat Agent and so on. And if we look at the home page, the rankings, the leaders, Bo Peep has 8 records. Bo Peep is like the second best after Weister, you know? But Bo Peep a few weeks ago left the new Twine Discord, left the situation at hand, and it was kind of mysterious Bo Peep vanishing once again. Just kind of the nature of the person. I probably told people I was going to do Fallen Angel a few weeks ago, SpeedLore. And so there's enough heads up if you want to join the party to play and participate. And I guess Bo Peep decided that they indeed wanted to do that. And well, actually, Tom asked if Bo Peep's Bomb Defuse record, which was Underground Uprising Agent, was beaten. And the answer is yes. I actually have a video about it 2 or 3 videos ago. The Twine Revolution. That one talks about it. So, yeah. That's the case there. So that Twine... Henrik got it using a new trick where he could kind of warp through the train, which was interesting. Anyways, Bo Peep is like, hey, Goose. Hey, Goose, I got some runs just in time for Twine SpeedLore. So here is Bo Peep tying Henrik's 59 agent, a time that remained untied since 2013. Here's Bo Peep tying that record. And let's see the run. It honestly doesn't look as fast thus far from Henrik's run. But let's see. That was a nice... Oh, wow! I have to go and rewatch that. That was insane. Whoa. Pretty troll there. Oh, insane movement. Up, up, up. Up and around. And in. Wow, blowing up the fire extinguisher for no reason. Bo Peep is the ultimate man of mystery. It's too much. 59, baby. Unbelievable. What a time. This was unbelievable right here. Not a TAS. This is played. And it only ties Henrik's time. Like that, switching to the fingerprint and full strafe in, his cameras were slower than Henrik's. And I think it's like the auto aim was still affecting it over here. Like, you see, like the auto aim is trying to target. It's actually, I believe it's Electra running up the stairs there. In the actual game, you can see it better. But the auto aim is targeting that. Yeah. So that's where he lost. Is 58 possible? Might be. Spoiler, there's no 58 coming tonight. But there is a 108 secret agent. So this is Bo Peep's 108 secret agent tying Henrik's 108. So here we go. Another record tied. I'll let you in on a secret ahead of time. Bo Peep did not send me a 00 agent run, so there's no 108 00 coming. Gets a little bit of a slower fingerprint scan than we come to expect. Strafing up. Shot. Again, insane. Man, he's got to turn auto aim off. I don't know. Like, he should play 00 agent because auto aim won't affect him there. He could get 107 00. Maybe even really nice shots there. And looking up down is underappreciated because you have to, like, the C buttons are your jumper, but it's the whole jumping mechanic uses a set of buttons that makes looking up and down more difficult. Like, this run just looks so fast. I'm impressed. So there we go. We got that Bo Peep, baby. That Bo Peep 108. What a remarkable world record there, tying Henrik's record. And where's the ranks again? So look, that brings Bo Peep to 10 records. You know, 2 more records he just unhoarded there. Pretty amazing. You know, Kyle Jolie, I've been thinking about doing SpeedLore again for Goldeneye SpeedLore, maybe in 2026. That's as much as I'll say. You know, 9 years has passed since most episodes. That's, you know, pretty much, you know, what I'll say for now. Could Goldeneye SpeedLore return? That is something that I suppose we'll find out, you know, in due time. The book, thank you for the $5 super chat, our friend, the book. And yeah, so Bo Peep's now back up to 10 records. And the records now on Fallen Angel, we'd see him with 59 and 108. Or would we? My friends, Bo Peep sent along 1 or 2 more things of interest. Here is a speedrun. The last speedrun of the night that we will see. A remarkable speedrun indeed. Bo Peep, Fallen Angel, Secret Agent. And this one goes out to our SpeedLore champion, the one and only Mr. Moxie. A longtime supporter. Thank you, Mr. Moxie, for your support of SpeedLore on Patreon. Let's watch Bo Peep, baby. Fallen Angel, Secret Agent. What's it gonna be? I think we can probably guess. Let's take a look. Really nice shots. Pretty quick fingerprint scan. It might be about as quick as possible just because you can't, you have to wait for Bullion to like fall over and land on his back. That was a nice snipe. Okay, so he does pause here. So it's one of those things where we have to limit like the pauses to one pause per run, because pausing does seem to probably help, you know? Even if it doesn't, you know, one pause isn't going to like destroy the timer. But pausing is faster than not pausing, I guess, you know? Yeah, red screens. What do you think? I mean, it's... You can probably... Oh, that was a bit of a hang-up. I think he was just faster with the cameras. Bo Peep, Fallen Angel, Secret Agent, 107, new untied world record. New untied world record. Bo Peep alerted this to me 20 minutes before I went live tonight. Let's watch it one more time here. Grabs the thing. Down the stairs. SLM asks, is Bo Peep okay? Sounds like something ominous might have happened. Yes and no. I mean, like, Bo Peep is fine. He's just an interesting guy who cares a lot about privacy and, like, leaves the internet every, like, few months. Which, you know, like, I don't know. I kind of, in my original Bo Peep video, I described him as being sort of like a sovereign citizen type of guy. You know, which may not be, like, true, but also not false, you know? Like, just a very kind of I'll rather say a skeptic of big tech. Which I think is a fair thing to be, quite frankly. Who wouldn't want to, not to get political after I just told chat not to, but, like, who wouldn't be a little bit skeptical of Palantir and Anduril and these sorts of things? Little hang up there. I guess I'm kind of amazed that this was 107, quite frankly. Just because a hang up there, and the fingerprint pickup wasn't that amazing. Maybe I'll examine this further and do some comparisons and whatnot, but there's the new record, baby. 107, Fallen Angel, Secret Agent. So congratulations to Bo Peep. And the last thing he sent in, and it's not a world record, but it's like, is skipping the camera possible? So he sent me this clip. And it's like a failed run that's not that interesting. But, so he tries to go for a camera skip and actually hits it. See, he messes up the door. So he goes here, okay? Now watch carefully. And this could save time on all the difficulties, you know? So just watch. So he messes up. Failed run. This is a normal run. Okay. Watch carefully. One camera misses that one and makes it. Usually that doesn't happen. You know? But he makes it. And he goes back here and he's like, here's the room now. It's closed and there's this toxic gas everywhere. You know what? I'm actually going to even show what happens in this situation, because, like, I kind of feel like I should have shown that earlier. But, like, here, I'm going to show you exactly what happens when you play the stage and you get caught by the cameras. So if I go here, yeah, I need to do that. Okay, perfect. This should load up Twine, right? My friends. maybe unsupported mode. Oh my god. Maybe I just did break my EverDrive. I left that crashed version of Goldeneye on for like the entire time. And I might have fried... I'm kidding. I don't think I actually fried my EverDrive, but like maybe. Oh my god, did I? Did I crash my EverDrive? Did it write like leaky code in? I doubt I fried my EverDrive, but you know, I'm sure I could change the micro SD card and it would be fine. This should be Twine. I have the actual cartridge in now, so this should be fine. That would be insane if I actually broke my EverDrive. Yeah, the SD card, right? That's exactly it. By the way, not to get sports, but I've literally had on a tablet the Detroit Tigers Seattle Mariners game going this entire SpeedLore, like slightly glancing off to the side, and they're now in like the 13th inning and it's tied and the winner moves on, and it's like pretty insanely fried. I've been trying to pay attention to it while doing this episode, but anyways, so that's something. Tom, next stream. So okay, so here's a couple things I want to talk about. I certainly want to stream more. I like streaming on YouTube. It's fun. I also ponder about, like, here's the thing. I don't want to just, like, stream speedrun attempts on YouTube. When I do YouTube streams, I want to have them be more produced things, like SpeedLores, or like specific challenges, or certain playthroughs and investigations. But I do want to play some speedrun attempts. Should I do it on Kick or Rumble? You know, what do you guys think? What would be a better place to do that? Because I've been pondering it, and thanks, guard. Oh, sorry. Okay, I need the fingerprint first. So this is how you play the stage, by the way. This is me playing the stage that I just showed you about for an hour. I should have done this to start, but you know, it is what it is. Oh my god, there's so many guards. Okay. So you come down here, you shoot Bullion. He's gonna like back up and fall and pass away. So then I have to pause or take out the fingerprint scanner. I go to gadgets. There it is. And you have, oh yeah, Bullion can also fall in not the right spot. But I'll show you what's up here. Oh, reseeing the cart, interesting idea. So yeah, let's go in here. So this is what happens in that room if you don't shut the cameras. And on 00 Agent, you like die pretty quickly. On Agent, it may be like salvage. Okay, so here's the scanner, right? Okay, so let's say there's Electro running up. Now let's say I don't shoot the cameras and strafe through. Well, look, this thing comes down and gets me. And now this toxic gas is coming in and I'm passing away. Okay. So what, you have to grapple up here. I have to go gadgets, or not gadgets, weapons, watch, grapple. I have to press Z. The grapple comes down. I jump and I grapple up and out of here. That, and you go up the ladder. And now you go here. You see? And there's another ladder. And so now we're back up at the top, you see? So that is what happens. You get stuck in that room if you don't shut the cameras. So the question is, you know, can you somehow strafe right through at full speed like we just saw Bo Peep do on this run? You know, he misses this, and then he just goes for it, and it's insane. He's through. So this is, as crazy as it is, and I only found out about this literally moments before this SpeedLore, is like, is this possible to skip, shoot out the cameras, and make it? Because you're not supposed to. So that's what I find pretty remarkable. Wow, thank you for the book. Another super chat. We've hit our goal. And I put a goal to do a haunted Goldeneye live stream around Halloween. So thank you all to all the super chatters today who helped me hit that goal. That's remarkable and much appreciated. So thank you all for that. And yeah, that is pretty much that for the episode, my friends. We got to update the rankings. You know what's really cool? I just noticed with the total time, because speedrun.com doesn't have this. We are very close to getting sub 1 hour in this game. And I think if the pace of play continues, we will get to sub 1 hour within the next year, I would say. So that is something to watch for, and that's pretty cool. But there you go, my friend. There is the story of The World Is Not Enough's Fallen Angel stage. A huge thanks to everyone who watched and chatted tonight. And a huge thanks, of course, to the SpeedLore Legends and channel members. I had a remarkable time doing this episode tonight. Amazing runs by everybody, especially Henrik's historical runs, Boss, and these new runs by Bo Peep. I bet this level will change pretty soon. I think we're going to find a way to skip the camera. I think it's going to happen, and so who knows how much time will be cut from this stage and other stages over the next little while. But thanks to everyone for watching and hanging out. Hopefully there'll be a new episode pretty soon, next few weeks, next month, and I hope to stream here on YouTube again in the soon and near future. Stay true, my friends, and have a good night. No, it has been truly remarkable. Normally, I kind of plan to stay on and do stuff. Yet, Ralph, I agree. I was playing. I want to do a video about Hot Wheels. So, I mean, keep her on the channel. I want to do a video about Hot Wheels. It's going to be epic and fun. I was thinking of staying on longer, honestly. I'll just scroll up a bit. Yeah, when I asked about Rumble and Kick, Twitch is just like, I don't know, Twitch is too strange. And I'm not, you know, monetized on Twitch. And so I kind of ponder about getting a new start on another platform and seeing how that would go, Rumble and or Kick. I do have channels set up there. On Kick, it's Our White Goose and Gamer Folklore. And on Rumble, it's like all of my usernames, Our White Goose, Gamer Folklore, SpeedLore. So if you want to go find them based on verbiage there, feel free. But yeah, the Hot Wheels PC. I want to do a video about the Hot Wheels, at least feature it somehow, maybe in like a liminal spaces type of thing. So that'll be funny and cool. And yeah, I was gonna hang out and stream more, but like honestly, I kind of want to watch on this game. It's in the 13th inning. It's a random baseball game, but it's like compelling, insane stuff. Well, SLM catch, so I want to stream like gaming sessions there as opposed to more produced sorts of streams. YouTube is sort of more like professional and intense, but my just casual hanging out and gaming I would rather do somewhere else. So I'm not like diluting the quality of this channel. That's what it comes down to, SLM. So yeah, anyways, that's food for thought. I'm gonna end stream now. Stay true, my friends. Hopefully new videos soon, and I will see you in the next stream or video. Take care, my good friends. GG.